last meeting, but I hadn't seen any
But
proof that
the
they weren't a legal
vehicles are
spot.
parking there, but they're no longer parking, angle parking.
Right,
They're
right.
parking, parallel parking.
Right.
This, when I look at this plan, I see 3 parking spaces that are marked as parking spaces for the restaurant that actually stick out into the roadway, but not past the fog line. In other words, if you look at the street line, on the far left, 1 parking space is split between the owner's property and the street.
I see it.
And then there's 2 others on the right-hand side that a car with a number 3 is. Those first 2, an automobile would be sticking out into the beyond the street line.
Well, it's beyond the street line, but it's not on the street itself, because it's not on the fog, it's before
No, it's
the
it's
fog
on the
line.
public
On the
street.
street.
It's on the public street.
If I may, the fog line is not the edge of the road. The
No, I
edge of
know-
the road
I-
is the property. So those 3 would have to be taken out, which would bring that down to 14.
And which, if it's down to 14, then we understand that our capacity is affected, and we'd have to live by that. But that doesn't, you know, that would then give us better grant for, if you're worried about this, because we're gonna be allowing less people in there to operate. So it benefits everybody, and it reduces the ability to, or, excuse me, reduces the cause for concern with this. So, I mean, as I said, I just got this myself, so we just finished it today, so
How many
we
employees,
understand.
how many employees did you anticipate, how many employ now at any given time, and then what do you anticipate should the license be granted?
We would anticipate hiring at least 8 people, but they would not be there at the same time.
Yeah, well, how many people work on a shift? What do you anticipate?
On the weekends, 3 girls, and Brandon, Kitchen, myself.
So 7? Then you would anticipate a similar level of
No, I wouldn't need
of
that many
employment
people.
for
We're not
for
gonna
dinner?
turn over tables like we do on the weekends. We'll never turn it over like that at night.
You'd still need 3 wait staff.
No. No. We need 2.
And kitchen staff was a little more labor intensive as far as dinner than
Right.
breakfast.
There'd be 2 of us in the kitchen, myself and another employee.
But that's pretty much where you are on Sunday mornings anyway, aren't you?
All we do is 3 on the line on the weekends.
So we actually would have more employees there on Sunday mornings than we would that night.
I'm sorry?
We'd have more employees there on Sunday mornings than we anticipate having for dinner at night.
So if I understood you correctly, I thought I heard evening staff would be 4 employees? 4 total employees counting yourself?
Right. And Tony would be there just helping out, but
You know, as I said, because when you have the alcohol served only in conjunction with food condition on the license, there's no real bar. And it's just, you know, you're just going and pouring 1 or 2 things. You don't have a bar really sitting there. There is counter seating here that would be more like single seating, but it's not. People aren't allowed to sit there and just have a drink. They have to order food with that condition on the license.
Jeff?
Yes. If you were to become very successful, okay, and you pack the house pretty much every night except Sunday night and Monday night, or what have you, or, excuse me, or any given night, what would your maximum staff have to be if you had a full
if it was
complement?
that busy, like a Saturday.
Say Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. And if those are maybe even Wednesday. If you were going to have big nights, those would be the nights.
It would be hard to tell. I mean, I know what my weekends are now only because we've been there for so long. It's hard to say whether it would take off.
We don't know if we don't know. I'm sorry. We don't know if that would happen. But what I'm trying to get to is if it did happen, whether it was one of those nights or 2 of those nights or all 4 of those nights, Wednesday through Saturday. If you got a rush, okay, and you had to call in people and you had to make sure you had a full staff, would your full staff be 8 people? Would it be 9 people?
It would be 3 on the floor and 2 in the back and a dishwasher. Tony would be feeding people.
And a manager. that's eight, so, right, that's,
Uh,
And how many do you have on Sunday mornings now? Is it 8 altogether now? It would be basically
yeah.
the same level of staff.
Yeah.
The parking spaces designated for the tenants, are those marked?
They're marked on the print.
They are marked.
Yeah, if
Okay.
you look at the legend there on the left-hand side.
T?
The T tenant.
No, I see the
No, but
T.
are they
No,
marked at the location?
No.
So,
No signs.
someone going to the restaurant might park in an empty tenant spot. So how is that gonna be controlled?
We can have tenant put on, just like we have reserve put on employee parking spots.
We can, I mean, the property owner came by and posted restaurant parking only signs. I'm sure he has no problem putting in a sign that says tenant parking.
That's easily taken care of.
No, I was just wondering if there was. Any other questions regarding the parking layout?
Yeah,
Mr. Yule?
yes. In the bit pavement, to immediately to the left, but in the, up against the river,
I'm sorry, sick, I
the
didn't-
portion where it says edge of pavement, it's to the, looking at the restaurant to the left.
Oh, okay, yes,
Okay,
I'm
you have
sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4 spots there, somewhat, maybe 3.5 spots. And then it says grass, and then it has its river there. Okay, that has a pretty steep drop to it. And the last time I observed that there's no barrier there to prevent anybody from going over. And actually, I think the river is much closer than this seems to indicate. But they would simply just go down, and so there's no barrier there to
Drop
prevent
right
that.
off. There is a grassy area after the pavement.
I'm sure there's some grass there, I mean,
Yeah, of
but,
course, well,
but,
there's a little small hill and then it goes out, but
The parking lot is well lit.
parking lot, I mean, yeah. I mean, I plow it all the time in a icy surface and I don't slide over the edge. I've never had to call a tow truck to pull me out in a snowstorm.
I understand that, but if you pull right in there, if someone doesn't know the area, is going there for the first time, if they pull in there too quickly, and there's nothing there to say, stop, they can very easily
In the
go
wintertime,
there.